Hello and welcome to or welcome back to Live Laugh Lily Kincade with your girl, your host Lily Kincade. If you're watching this video, you may be like, what in the world is this girl wearing? I'm wearing my blue wig just for funsies because you know what? You have to do things in life that make you laugh, that are silly. We could do a whole podcast episode talking about that because you know what? Everyone is too serious. Stop being too serious, okay? Life is meant to be lived and it's meant to be fun. So I'm wearing my $10 costume blue wig that kind of makes me feel like a pop star or like Katy Perry or something. I mean, I am a pop star, but makes me just feel extra confident. So, you know, it's just for funsies. And I have glitter on my eyes, if you can see that. But today we're talking about relationships a little bit. Not necessarily relationships, but just something that a wake-up call, if you will say, a reality check that he doesn't like you. He doesn't like you. I've seen with Valentine's Day coming up, I mean, you guys can let me know if you want an episode on how to celebrate Valentine's Day alone or how to, handle a breakup, whatever it may be. I guess this is the episode before Valentine's Day. So this is a sign because I do not want to see any of you beautiful people wasting any more time with people who don't really like you because you deserve better than that and you will find better than that. If you love like that, there is somebody else out there in this universe, in this world, who also loves like that. And I've seen too many of my friends, I've seen myself waste time, waste days, waste tears, crying over somebody who, had all the signs in the beginning. And I know I ignore red flags too sometimes, and I'm sure you do as well. But there's been sometimes where, you know what, I wish I had a really good friend who could call me out and be like, Lily, wake up. You are too beautiful and too precious and too smart to let somebody who is clearly showing you the signs that he doesn't like you. And you're worthy of somebody who actually cares about you. You don't have to try to convince somebody to love you. That's not how love works. Even if, you grew up in a way where love was dysfunctional, you're allowed to break the pattern. You're allowed to be the one who changes that. And so this is just my reminder to you. So yes, welcome back to today's episode. I'm wearing a wig, blah, 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 blah. I just had a new song come out a couple days ago. It's called Nothing Like Me. Let's see if I can put a picture here. Here's a picture. I'm getting good with my editing skills, you guys, okay? Here's a picture of Nothing Like Me, the cover. It's out everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Google, all of the things. You can buy it on iTunes as well. Leave a review. I love this song so much, and I hope you guys love it too. I really want to know what you think. This song I wrote actually when I was getting over somebody, and I just had to let go and detach, and letting go and detaching let me get over this person. But, I ignored a lot of red flags. Anyways, my birthday's coming up too, so I want to plan a special birthday episode. This is just crazy. I can't believe we've already done this many episodes of season 2. Kind of wild when you really think about it. Anyways, we're diving into it. He doesn't like you. And okay, I'm speaking from because I am straight, and so I date guys. So I'm speaking from my experience just because I can't everything. I always say music and speaking, communication is my gift, right? And mainly music. I love getting to put my feelings and my situations and my emotions. Sometimes I can't even put them into words, so I put them into songs, and by putting them out there in the world, it makes me feel less alone when somebody else out there relates to it. And it's a long process though. Sometimes writing a song, it's 2 years, it's 3 years, it's 4 years before releasing it. And so I love doing this podcast because it's my way to we talk about current things I'm going through / the times. It's a Valentine's Day, so I was like, okay, we're gonna talk about relationships, etc. And then kind of with just whatever I'm feeling, what lessons I can learn, because if I am going through it, I know there's somebody else out there. So we're not alone. I'm in it with you and you're in it with me. And so yeah, that's kind of what we do. We start every episode with a little quote. And if you like this, make sure to subscribe, send it to a friend. Sharing is caring, because we are all leaders and we are building our community of leaders. And you know what? We can talk about these things. Nothing is weird. Nothing is too weird. We are all human, and we are so much more alike than we are different, y'all. So we need to stop being insecure and stop hiding our true selves and start embracing it, because that's how you find like-minded people. Anyways, okay, we have a quote every week. I have a quote. Let me pull it up. Okay. This quote is by Maya Angelou. She's the best quotes. She really does. Okay. This one is, when a man shows you he doesn't want you, believe him the first time. Period. Let me say that one more time. When a man shows you he doesn't want you, believe him the first time. How many times have you ignored the first thing? Oh, he cancels on you. He flakes on you. And you think you can change him. I know. I think I can change people. I can get them. If I can convince them to love me, then I'm worthy of love. It's no, you're worthy of love just as you are. And this is just going to be kind of a little rant, a wake-up call, because I wasted so much time. And granted, there are certain lessons you need to go through. But, I just feel like there comes to be a certain point where it's different when you genuinely don't know. When you're young, when you're in high school or just out of high school and you don't know. But then you get to a point in your early 20s, late 20s, early 30s where you can't lie to yourself anymore. Come on, girl. If he's not asking you out on a date, he doesn't want to be your boyfriend. And do you need to have a situationship? Do you need to have a booty call in your life? Not really. You could be going to the gym. You could be cooking. You could be learning a hobby. Honestly, it's just blocking you from finding your person. So yeah, he just doesn't like you that much. He just doesn't like you. So I have some things I'm going to go over. But first, I have these signs I need to show you to get it through your head. Also, too, recommendations. You should watch the movie. He's just not that into you. I think it's based off the Steve Harvey book. He's just not that into you, because just watch that movie. I'm gonna put like a picture of the movie. Watch it anytime you are like, oh my god, because that's the thing. When you're bending your standards. When a guy's asking you on a last minute date, and normally you say like, okay, no, I'm not going on last minute dates. I want it to be planned in advance, so that way it feels like a priority. When you're like, okay, fine, this one time, you're lowering your standards, and what you permit, you promote. You teach people what you accept and how they treat you. Like, you're a stranger to somebody. If you are always answering super late, they then assume that it's okay to text you really late at night, Anyways, okay, before we dive into that, just a little rant. Not really sure where this episode is going, but we're here. We're living, we're loving, we're thriving. We have a new song, but, shout out to everyone else who's single on Valentine's Day, because being in a relationship or being married, that isn't the goal of life. You know what I mean? And so oftentimes society will put all that pressure. The goal of life is to live out your calling that God called you to, and trust the process and trust him to place people in your life, whether that be relationships, friendships, coworkers, colleagues that are growing with you, Okay. Girl. He doesn't like you. Starting off, we're going to talk about this. Talking stage equals friendship. Okay. So, before we get into like somebody you're seeing or talking to, I guess this kind of goes into, honestly, all of these things can be summed up as like a talking stage. I want you to start viewing your talking stages as friendships, because that's what they are. Because would you let a friend cancel on your plans last minute? Would you flake on a friend? No. I want you to start viewing these talking stages with guys as a friendship. For example, my friends text me, and if we have like one of my friends, we had a walk. This morning we went on a beautiful walk. And last night we were texting each other like, still good for our walk? We were like, and she responded right away. Perfect. If a guy is leaving you hanging, if he is leaving you feeling insecure, anxious, people can sense that energy. And oftentimes people will do that because they want people that are, misery loves company. So people that are insecure and are not confident in their career, their work, who they are as a person, they will find secure people and they will try to get under their skin. And oftentimes guys will do that to you. And I want you to start viewing it instead of like, oh, there's this guy or my crush is like talking to me. I want you to try to like tell yourself it's a friendship. There's no such thing as a talking stage, okay? You're either dating or you're either boyfriend, girlfriend, or you're not. Once you go out with somebody, you're dating, but that doesn't really mean anything. Honestly, it's all friendship until it's official. Just live by that, okay? That will save you a lot of heartbreak and time. Because the thing is, it's like, if you wouldn't tolerate it by somebody you're friends with, why are you allowing yourself to tolerate it when it's somebody that you want to be in a relationship with? We can have many friends. You may have friends you may have different levels of friends, or friends that are really close, or friends that are more acquaintances, or that you hang out with in groups. But whoever you pick to be in a relationship with is one of the most important decisions, because you spend a lot of time with them. And if you are allowing people that you are talking to or having a crush or dating treat you worse than a friend would, that's your biggest red flag, that he doesn't like you, and you need to start liking yourself more than you like the idea of him, and say no to that. And the best way to say no is just by not responding, okay? And so that's something I've done, is like you're just friends. You are literally just getting to know each other as friends. So start viewing it as that. Like, if a friend flaked on you, you probably would be hurt and you probably wouldn't want to see that person, or you would tell them that. I want you to don't get bewildered by, oh, I really like this person, or he's flirting with me, because love bombing is a real thing. And, think about friendship. If you had a friend all of a sudden be like, oh my God, you're my BFF. And you're like, girl, like, yeah, you're really nice. Like, we could be best friends, but like, we've hung out like once. Like, let's see where this goes. That's how you need to be seeing these like guys. When you're looking to be in a relationship, like, you need to take it slow and normal, okay? Anyways, now I have a little list. I just wanted to share those posters with you. I have a list of some things that I used to tolerate, but I need a reminder for myself, and you need a reminder that he doesn't like you. He doesn't like you, and it's really nothing to do with you, by the way. I'm just saying he doesn't like you is a good title because it's kind of clickbaity. He doesn't like you has nothing to do with you. Basically, it's he doesn't like himself enough, and so he doesn't like himself enough, so he treats everyone else bad because misery loves company. Honestly, like whatever is inside, you project outward. Whatever you have the capacity for is what you give. Like in a sense, that's why I always say, like, if you are a lover, if you are somebody who is kind and open-hearted, and that's the love that you give out to people, that is a gift. No one can take that away from you. Even if you give that love and you're loving somebody who treats you horribly, how they treat you is a reflection of them. It's not of you. So don't ever feel like, oh, this person like took away my love. No, that love is a gift coming from you, sweet girl. And you can continue to give that love out to people. That is a gift from you. Don't let anybody take that away from you or stop you from loving to your fullest potential. Anyways, here's a list of things that I need you to remember. If he's always texting you late at night, he doesn't like you. He doesn't like you. Think about how annoying that is. Like, you could be like, oh, well, he's like really busy at work. Well, is he posting on his Instagram stories? Weird anyways, but is he posting on his Instagram stories? Is he sending you things on it? Like, is he Snapchatting people? Is he posting on TikTok? Is he checking the sports game? He's on his phone. It takes 2 seconds to send a quick text. It's not like a paragraph. But if somebody's only like, hey, what's up? Or saying things late at night, that's because they don't view you as a priority. Women, we have the ability to not justify, but we do have a 28-day hormone cycle. Our hormones are up and down. There's certain days where we have tons of energy and we want to be really social. And there's certain days where like we are meant for more introspection and we're really tired. You need more sleep for your body. Men have a 24-hour hormone cycle. So they are consistently the same. Like that is a fact. You can Google it. And you know, if somebody is consistently only texting you late at night, it's not just because they had a busy day. That is just a sign that you are low on the priority list. You know, people do the things that are most important to them. And think about just in general, you know what I mean? If somebody's only reaching out to you late at night or very last minute, I want you to like take a step back and evaluate that. Because here's the deal, like when people plan in advance, it's showing intentionality. And intentionality shows care, it shows investment. And if somebody's reaching out to you late at night or, you know, at inconvenient times for you, when they know, like also too, at the end of the day, we are all human. We all have 24 hours. Beyonce has 24 hours. Taylor Swift has 24 hours. Everybody has 24 hours, okay? Everybody has 24 hours. So there really is no excuse. Like if you were a priority, they could reach out to you at a normal time. If they're texting you late, they don't like you. He doesn't like you. And I know that may be a tough pill to swallow, but instead of responding right away, I want you to like start finding that is disrespectful. Like you don't even have to respond. The best response is no response to a lot of these, but I want you to start training your brain to be like, that's really disrespectful. Especially too if it's like you could be sleeping and all of a sudden now you're getting these texts. That's disrespectful. He sees you as somebody not worthy of like, it's almost like, you know, how you wouldn't call like a business or something really late in the evening or like right before close and start asking them all these questions. It's like, why is he texting you right when you're going to bed? Like that's so disrespectful to try to get into your head, you know? So he doesn't like you if he does that. Another thing, if he keeps you a secret, he doesn't like you. And this doesn't necessarily have to be like a secret, like, oh, you guys are all in hiding. But if he never is involving like other people or never talking about other people, even with you, or being like, oh my gosh, you have to meet my friends, or even introducing you to friends, or, you know, takes you to places that are kind of like, not like isolated, but if he is never involving you in his life, he doesn't like you. He's trying to keep you separate because he doesn't want you in his life. So for example, like say he lives in this one location. If you guys go and hang out in this weird location where like he never goes to, that's a sign because he doesn't want to run into people. So if he is not introducing you to friends and family, or even not even talking about friends and family, like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, my mom loves this. Like you can tell a lot. People will subconsciously like speak out a lot of things. You can just tell, okay? If they're never talking about their family or they're never talking about their friends and they're never even introducing you or telling them about you or like vice versa, he doesn't like you. And to be honest, I used to be like, okay, well, that's good. Like you don't want to rush into things, but you know what? Think about it. When you really like somebody, aren't you really excited? Aren't you really excited to tell people about it? Like, think about it. Like when I'm really excited about something, I tell my mom, I tell my friends, even if it's somebody that's new, I get excited. And we're all human, so, you know, people get excited. They tell their friends, they tell their parents things. And if you feel like he's keeping you a secret, he doesn't like you, you deserve better, move on. Okay. Just had to rant that there. Okay. Another one. If he does not follow up with things that you talk about when you're together or check in with you, he doesn't like you. One of my biggest things I value is consideration. So consideration is like considering another person's feelings when you're doing something before your own. So like, say for example, like, you know, you had a big work project coming up or a big test, big exam. Consideration would be like, hey, like say if he actually liked you, he would text you like, hey, I know you're busy studying and you probably don't have time to go on a date, or you probably don't have time to hang out because I know you're focusing and I want you to stay focusing, but I would love to like Uber you dinner. I would love to Uber eat you dinner or DoorDash you dinner just so you can have a healthy meal. And I just wanted to let you know that I'm thinking of you and I'm cheering you on and wishing you the best. Stay focused and I can't wait to celebrate after. That's consideration. He is putting aside his own feelings of like, oh, I want to spend time with her. I really want to talk to her. I want to get to know her. Because of course he does. You're amazing. Of course he wants to spend time in your presence. But he has consideration because he realizes, okay, she has a big project. She has a big assignment. That is consideration. Another thing would be the opposite of that spectrum that I want to like talk about is a guy, for example, being like, oh my gosh, let's hang out, please. Like, oh, this is so sad. You make me so lonely. Like, come on, only for a few minutes. Even if at first it seems like, oh my God, he really wants to see me. This is so exciting. You told him you have a big project. He doesn't really want the best for you. He's only thinking about himself and what he can get out of you in this moment. I just want that to sink in. Like, consideration needs to up itself on your priority list. I used to be like, oh, I love spontaneity. I love this. No, now I love consideration. And I want that to be assigned to you. Like, if somebody lacks consideration, they don't like you. He does not like you if he lacks consideration. If he doesn't think about you and your feelings and only acts from a place of self-interest or from a place of like, what can I get out of her? Or what can I get out of this situation? He doesn't like you. Okay, I think I had a couple more written down. This is just a rant. This is just like a rant. This is a rant. Okay, he never takes you out. Okay, here's the deal. Like I said before, talking stage equals friendship. There is no such thing as a talking stage. You are friends. Do you just sit inside with your friends? No. Okay, that's even weird. So y'all aren't even basically friends. Like, he needs to officially ask you out and take you out. I always say like, he doesn't like you if he doesn't say he doesn't like you if he doesn't say he likes you. Like, oftentimes guys will be like, I like you. I want you to be my girlfriend. If he doesn't say that, like, you are friends. Talking stage equals friendship. And, you know, I've stayed up countless nights. I've had friends stay up countless nights crying, you know, does he like me? Does he not like me? I feeling insecure because a man is getting under their skin. And I just want you to know that you are better than that. If he doesn't say it, don't assume it. And oftentimes too, I always say actions speak louder than words. So obviously, above all, yes, listen to what he says, but above all, I want you to look at someone's actions. And if they align with what he says, then you know he's true to his word. But sometimes people are crazy. The men of this generation are a little crazy. And so they can just say whatever to make you believe it, but then they don't actually follow up with action. So always make sure that the actions and words are aligning and trust the actions over everything else. But if he's never taking you out or making plans with you, and it's always talks of plans but never actually making plans, he doesn't like you, okay? And I know that's hard to hear because you're like, well, I see his potential. You got to stop seeing people's potential. It's not fair to you because you're wasting your time, and it's not fair to them because guess what? They may not have that potential. That's the truth. It's like almost like a parent. And it's great when a parent's like, you could do this, but what if you were like, well, I don't really want to go to that college. Like, I know you think I could go there and I could get in, but I don't really want to do that. It's a lot of pressure. And honestly, see things how it is. And if they want to change and they want to get better, then that's on them, you know? Let's see. Yeah. That's mainly, it's like if his words don't match his actions, that's a big one. If he's never initiating things, if he is only responding to you or texting you really late at night and inconveniencing you, if he's not considerate, if he doesn't listen to, I would say listen. Like, if you tell him, hey, like, I really, like, for example, like, I'm vegan. I've been vegan for 10 years. I talk about it, like, usually because, like, we eat, like, if we go on a date, and I've had guys be like, oh my God, I forgot you were vegan. Like, and I'm just kind of like, that's just, I want you to start seeing things like this as like, oh, it's just like disappointing. It's just disappointing, you know, when somebody doesn't remember little things. And granted, not everyone has the best memory. Like, I'm insane and my brain remembers everything. Like, I don't expect somebody to remember a ton of things, but you can tell when somebody's only focused on them. And yeah, this was a long rant of a podcast. Basically, this is just a tough love episode to wake you up that he doesn't like you, and It has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with him, because people can only treat others what they have inside of themselves, and how he's treating you is a reflection of him, not of you. But I wanted this to be a wake-up call, because I don't want you crying or spending another Valentine's Day with somebody. Like, this may be your sign to break up with him, or don't be his booty call. Don't hang out with him on Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? Like, you deserve better, and in order to attract the right person for you and to what you deserve, you have to first treat yourself what you deserve. You are treating yourself bad by accepting low quality. That's the truth. You think that he is the best that you can do, so that's why you're putting up with it. That's why you're feeling really sad, and he never gets you flowers. He's not considerate. Like, no, you deserve that, and I'm here to tell you that. So this was your little wake-up call. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Send it to a friend. Leave 5 stars. Comment down below. I love y'all, and as always, stream nothing like me. You can follow me on all my socials. You can DM me on Instagram anytime and let me know what you want me to talk about, or if you ever need a rant, I'm here for you. I promise. Like, I'm here for you, and we're going through life together, as I say. So I love y'all, and you can watch the previous episodes of Live, Laugh, Lily Kincade below, as well as get my book, Live, Laugh, Lily Kincade Season 1, that dives into that, which is awesome if you've never read it. It's like, how much is it? I don't know, like $10 on Amazon. There's also an ebook too. But I love y'all so much, and I will see you in the next episode. We have to do our affirmation. Ready? Today is a wonderful day. I'm confident because I am a problem solver. I always have options because I choose to be optimistic. Today I will learn something new, laugh, and make a difference in someone else's life.